Shalom, shalom. Want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Kakadash. Yahweh is the Most High God, and Yahushai is who the world only calls Jesus Christ. The Kakadash is the Holy Spirit in the Paleo Hebrew. To Wabba required to all the brothers and sisters, which is in the Paleo Hebrew, it's good morning. And double honors to the elder apostles, the elder bishops, the elder prophets, a great millstone who will run in the spirit, teaching his word and believing his word. Lord, and let me continue to endure and be sincere. And a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect that are scattered four corners of the earth, teaching his word and believing his word. Lord, and let me continue in the same spirit to endure and be sincere. And shalom to the Aquafium that are believers of his word. Lord, and that they can continue to pursue their lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. And Lord, willing the most have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. This video is mostly just a correction video. Um, and I know it's a few camps that teach in Acts, the 7th chapter, when Stephen um, talks about, our forefathers, right? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All the prophets always are teaching from the Torah and the prophets to give the understanding to the children of Israel in that time, really in the time of the Roman Empire, you know. Um, and right when the Lord is sending Paul later on out to go teach the gospel to the Gentiles, right? All our people must know of what happened before, right? Now, before I hop, let me go to this because, of course, if you are reading the scriptures or if you're watching brothers do videos, we're always bringing this out. This is Romans chapter 15, verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. So this is the reason even more why it's important to go into the things that was written aforetime. Now, when the men of the Lord during the Yahushua and after him, the New Testament wasn't subscribed. It wasn't pushed out like how we have the whole King James. You know, it was getting written down, right? It wasn't as a mass rate where everybody had the whole Bible. Until the Lord had King James bring 47 scholars to bring the thing together. And it had to be broken down um, in different translations. Now, let me see if I can go in my stash of photos. There's an article. Nope, that's not it. Where is that article? Right here. See, and this, I can't give you the date on the article. I think it's going into, yeah, we'll just read it. It says King James Version. When Elizabeth died in 1603, the crown passed to James I, who had been King of Scotland for 37 years. And James, I think that's the sixth or the fifth, maybe it's the sixth. Several months after he ascended the throne of England, he authorized a new translation of the Bible to replace the bishop's Bible. 57 of the best Hebrew and Greek scholars of the day were divided into six groups. These three for the Old Testament, two for the New Testament, and one for the Apocrypha. Two of the groups met at Oxford, two at Cambridge, and two at Westminster. When a group had completed its task, its works was submitted to 12 men, two from each panel. Final difference of opinion was settled at a general meeting of each company in cases of special difficulty. Learned men outside of the board of revisers were consulted. Marginal notes were used only to explain Hebrew and Greek words, to draw attention to parallel passages. I don't want to, right? But this that right there just sums up how the King James was brought forth. Of course, you had the Geneva that had the old and new, but it had the Apocrypha too. It had some words that was even more plain. You know, I got a book you can go look up, the Rose Map Chart book, and it gives you a lot of history on different books. They got different volumes. I forgot the volume that I have, but that right there, I just wanted to give that notion. So these things that is written in the scriptures before Yahushua was written for our learning, for us to understand the New Testament. That's what it is, right? The Old Testament is the Torah and the prophets. The New Testament is the Gospels and the letters. But then you have Revelations, which is just like Second Ezra's, apocalyptic or a catastrophic book. You know, like phenomenons. You know, end time prophecies. You know, visions. Right. So in order to master the breakdowns and these lessons, you need the whole Bible. And Yahushua said he comes in the whole volume of the Bible. So these prophecies is the spirit of Yahushua, which we see in Revelations 19 and 10. Right? So back to the point. Acts chapter 7, verse 6. This is in the blue letter. It says, and God spake on this wise that his seed should sojourn in a strange land and that they should bring them into bondage and entreat them evil 400 years. This is talking about Egypt. People use this verse and say it's America. No, 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 no. That's a mystery, just like Mystery Babylon. Just like right now in today's time, Esau. It's not a mystery to the ones that the Lord had given it to, right? But still, even further, it's a lot of mysteries in these scriptures, right? This is just going back into the history. So that's because if you go to Acts 7, and I'll start at 5, it says, and he gave him none inheritance in it, no, not so much as to set his foot on, yet he promised that he would give it to him for possession, and to his seed after him. When as it yet he had no child, and God spake in this wise that his seed should sojourn in a strange land, and that they should bring them into bondage and treat them evil 400 years. And the nation to whom they shall be in bondage will I judge, said God, and after that shall they come forth and serve me in this place. And he gave him the covenant of circumcision, and so Abraham begot Isaac, and circumcised him the 8th day, and Isaac begot Jacob, and Jacob begot the 12 patriarchs, right? And the 12 patriarchs is the 12 sons of Israel. How is you going to take this and say that this is Egypt, and this is going into when the Lord is speaking to Abraham? That's plain. Now, let's look at Genesis 15, 13. Genesis chapter 15, verse 13. It says, he said unto Abraham, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs. They shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. But in the fourth generation they shall come hither again, for the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full. Right? Everything has a time. The Lord is never early, never late. This had to be fulfilled, and the Lord raised up Moses, who is a messenger, and brought them out of that bondage. This is all Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Now, Exodus chapter 12, verse 40 and 41. Now, the sojourning of the children of Israel who dwelt in Egypt was 430 years. And it came to pass, because it was 400, but you got to see when Moses You know, like just like right now, people be thinking that we're gonna get out of America after 400 years. No, you just doing some subtraction to 2019 to 1619, you get 400. But the Northern Kingdom was here for like 1,000 years, and the Europeans touched them before they brought the Southern Kingdom. You know, and literally their captivity was Esau's captivity damn near crumbled after 359 years. Right now, it's the establishment of that beast. You know, his closing, and he's about to push forth that MOTB. We're in a technology time, but the kingdom is still not done because Esau is the end of the world. You know, but when we talk about the higher bondage, this is not compared to what was in Egypt. This is the worst one. But this right here is a history of the children of the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? So, verse 41, it says, "And it came to pass at the end of the 430 years, even the self same day, it came to pass that all the hosts of the Lord Yahweh went out from the land of Egypt by the leader Moses." Galatians chapter 3, verse 17, "And this I say, that the covenant that was confirmed before of the Most High Hamashiach, the law, which was 430 years after, cannot disannul that it should make the promise of none effect." Right? And you know, like when you say, I promise you I do this, the Lord is not gonna renege on his promise. Right? And this is what Stephen, some people say Stephen is talking about. Right? Acts chapter 7, verse 9, "And the patriarchs moved with envy and sold Joseph into Egypt. For God was with him and delivered him out of all the affliction and gave him favor and wisdom in the sight of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and made him governor over Egypt and all his house." Now, if Joseph is in Egypt, then this after Joseph, then it comes where he sees his brothers, and then he gets his father and bring all his siblings into the land, and they're living in Egypt, and then we're multiplying. They're getting mad, like, oh, they might, cleave to our enemies. So they started persecuting us hard, and they started hearing of a messenger, right? But at the end of the day, it's just the Egyptian wasn't our people. This was a suffering the Lord was going to put us through before we got the land. That's it. This is not America. So whoever is bringing it out, that's false. So just do a 1, 2, 3 correction for yourself. Lord willing, this is edifying to the ones that might look at Acts 7 and 6 about America. To be honest, truthfully honest, you're wrong. Now with that, I love you to the moon and ever back. Shalom, shalom. All praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai.